Hey everyone, welcome back to Hero Wars Guide. We got some game data updates in today, so I wanted to go over that. This will mostly be focused on cross-server war changes. There aren't any new events added to the schedule, but there are some hints at future events that we'll talk about. So first thing on screen here, I think this may have been included in the official community post, but there is a new type of chat being added to the game. It looks like it will be specific to the Clash of Worlds game mode. So some of the communication that you might have specific to that topic will go into that chat. Then digging into the changes specifically to the cross-server war, what you can see here is that the rewards are being modified for a lot of the different leagues and divisions. And it looks like across the board it's somewhere from between a 1.5 to doubling of the rewards. You can see here this one may tell it somewhat clearly that it's 75 going to 130. So if it was doubling, it'd be 150. If it was just 1.5, then it would be 115 or something. So most of the updates in this file have to do with just these coins switching. I'll stop if I get to something else. Alright, so here's the fortification list, and you can see here that there are some slight adjustments. There are point reward changes to many of the fortifications, if not all of them. This one here is the Lighthouse. You can see the points are going way up for that one, and they're adding a buff. We'll look at that in a second in a little more detail. And that's really the only other interesting thing that jumped out to me in this file is just an increase of the fortification points. It looks like here, again, it's a little bit more than 1.5 times the old values. In most cases. When there was a change to the buff, it's bigger, obviously, but for the most part, it looks like it's just upgrades to the point values given. Alright, and then here we're getting some detail on what that buff in the Lighthouse actually is. They previously teased that it was going to apply to support heroes, and I don't see that in the message here, but what it does tell us is that the skill cooldown is being reduced based on the number of support heroes that you put into this building. Okay, and then last piece that I have here in the Clash of Worlds mode is a change to the shop. This one's pretty confusing to me. What it looks like is they've duplicated every existing entry in the shop, and some of it's cut off here, but basically each slot in the shop has an identifier here. It's saying this is the entry key number 2, and instead of the shop entry containing, you know, a hero fragment or one of those upgrade Gift of Dominion balls, there's an array that has one of those entries, and it looks like each one of those arrays is changing from containing one of those to containing 2. So I don't know if this is a bug or if I'm misreading it or what, but like this green stuff here that you see where you're getting 5 of, in this case, a Hero Soulstone. I don't recall whether this is Iris or Ramira, but they're here right next to each other, and it costs 20 coins. There's actually 2 of the exact same entry here within slot number 2. So some of it's cut off here in this mode here that's only showing me the changes between versions, but you know, take my word for it, I dug into the files a little bit. It's the exact same thing listed here twice. So I don't know if this is a bug, maybe I'm misreading it, but I'd say when this thing goes live, take a quick look at the shop and see if maybe buying something small gives it to you twice. Because it looks to me like if you were to buy these Soulstones, for example, you would receive a bundle containing 2 of them. But then again, you know, the cost is listed twice as well, in addition to the reward that you receive. So I really don't know what's going on here. It could be a bug and this will go away before the thing actually goes live. We'll have to wait and see. Alright, and then last thing I want to talk about here, I mentioned that there are no new events on the schedule. However, there are a few pieces of information that strongly suggest that the Titan of Darkness event will be coming soon. You can see they've added a loot box here that will contain soul stones for the new Titan, Bruster, maybe just call him Buster for simplicity moving forward, and other valuable prizes. So this will probably be extremely similar to the 2 Light and 2 Dark that we saw in the ending half of last year. Here's the name of it, will be the Buster doll. I will skip over some other things that seem less relevant. They relate to the new chat mode, or there's a new set of avatars and frames, it looks like, for Season 2 of the Clash of Worlds, but I don't really care about that decorative stuff so much. But then here we're getting a little bit of insight into the event that will accompany the new Titan. This will be the names of the tasks. We don't have the descriptions of what the task actually is at this point, but the previous 4 were all copy-paste, so this will probably be the same. I do hope that they change up maybe that skin level up quest to, I don't know, an artifact or something else, instead of having that same resource required week after week, but we'll see how that goes. Odds are that it will be another copy-paste job. We get a little more information about the name of the event, so Dark Guardian here. This is part of what makes it more clear to me that this is going to be the tank rather than the Super Titan. And a quick scan of what's left. Yeah, some more information about the commands that can be given within the cross-server war. I think all the relevant information here is already on the community page and is much easier to read than all this stuff, so I'm not going to get into that. So yeah, looks like everything else had to do with the CoW mode, so I think that's everything I had for today. Thanks everyone for tuning in.